Anybody here? Lots of good ones moving here this morning. TWLO. Got the 170 calls on that. We went all the way up just below 170 at 169.68. We pulled back here to the non-moving average, the 13, and now we're bouncing right back here to 166. I'll wait for a few people to trickle in here. Workforce, we got a lot of earnings coming tonight as well. ROKU's after the close. Salesforce here is just a beast, man. Over this 170, next target's 180 here on the swing trade. I love that one. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Yeah, eating a little past. That's a stupid thing. Always, it sets the time. I hate that. I didn't set that. It won't let you just, click go live. It makes you pick a time. So I had some other stuff to do. And so yeah, it's 11 o'clock, but we're live now. What's up, Vinny? What's going on, man? Ready to make some real money with some real traders, man. I'm tired of that BS, man. Acting like I don't know what I'm doing or he's gonna do his thing, whatever. Oh yeah, we're all friends. Oh yeah, we're all moving in together. Give me a break, man. Look at CRM go. I posted TWLO earlier. I got the 170 calls on TWLO this morning. They had earnings last night. This thing was at 120 and went all the way up to 169. Pull back. I'm still up 71% on the calls. Looking for another entry here. What are you looking at? How's it going, man? How's the small scalp one going? Okay. I like the TWLO here, man. CRM. Look at that thing go. I might see how. Let's take a look and see how expensive the calls are. Oh yeah, GNUS. That one was good this morning. Of course, a big pop. It had that big run pre-market. I mean, it was up 41. It was up, almost 400%, 300 and some percent pre-market. So yeah, it had a high volume, but looking at the chart, you can see all these spikes and breaks. So I could have told you that was going to happen. I try to stay away from ones like that. What were we getting ready to look at? CRM. Yeah, I got space. I got a space 20 call expiring tomorrow. I bought it, like a week or two ago, and I paid $93 for it. We went up as high as 85, and I have a sell order in for $1.25. Maybe I'll take that down to $1. It looked like it was going to go over. I just don't want to shortchange myself, but then again, since it expires tomorrow, that 30 is gonna kill me. But I'm gonna refresh it. Let's sell. I'll put it at $1.10. So it's at 65. Stock's at 1974 right now. Let's look at CRM. All right, Salesforce. I'm gonna look at the 180 calls, like at least a couple weeks out to give me some time. Again, Salesforce here is sitting at 170. Here's the daily chart. We had earnings in February, so they're probably coming up later on this month for this past quarter. So the ones expiring tomorrow obviously are cheap, but I doubt it's going to get to 180 by tomorrow. So I'm going to give myself 2 weeks. Let's see what the 180 looks like 2 weeks from now. Not bad. I'm just going to take one. Take one CRM, May 22nd, 180 calls. See if you filled at 120. I don't want to go any higher than that. And boom, filled. So we're in the CRM 180 calls for a couple weeks out, May 22nd. Oh, you have the space at what's your call? What contract? 16. I mean, what the 20? What strike? 20 strike or what? And for everybody else who's listening, there's only two people in here besides me, and there's Vinny, another guy, whoever, person, girl, I don't know. But I'm not gonna feed you no BS. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm not promising you're gonna make $1 million next year. I'm not promising you're gonna make $5 million next week. But I can guarantee you we're gonna make more than $5 today. All right, I can tell you that much. Ooh, 30 strike. Yeah, that expires tomorrow. Oh boy. I'd have to really get some good news for space to go up to 30 tomorrow. FRSX. So you studied up on those debit spreads? I haven't. I've never done one. I mean, I know how they work. I just haven't done it. I just haven't done it. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of limit what you can make, but then you also limit your downside. So I mean, it works out. They cost a little more depending. Each stock's different, but wow. You went from not knowing nothing a week ago, and now you're doing debit spreads. That's interesting. Well, that's good, man. Good, definitely. All right, so we got CRM. Yeah, you're welcome, man. EYE's moving over here on the top left. Dropped all the way to 19, popping back to 22.50. Excuse me, check beyond. I had the 125 calls on that, I was telling you the other day. And, I'm looking at this pre-market, and it was up here at 130 pre-market, like at 8:30. And, even before that and last night, I'm like, man, it's going to be great. And then this morning, this thing just shits the bed and drops all the way down to 118. But I got out of it. I made a profit, but not. I had a sell order in for 800. I paid like $1.25 for it for the 125 calls earlier this week, and I think I sold it for. No, I take that back. Paid $3 for it. Anyway, I made like $80 on it. It sucked. So this thing just sold off this morning big time. ROKU's reporting after hours. I know I sold mine today too. I just wanted to lock in the profit. I wanted to hold it through earnings tonight. They're reporting after hours. I had a 150 call, but I was up 150% on it or something, so I decided to cut it loose. And so I sold it, and then I bought the ROKU 150 for next week. I have the 150 for tomorrow, so I sold that and then bought the same strike but a week out. Yeah, man, good job on BYND and ATBI. You were saying, man, that's awesome. That is awesome, man. What else are we looking at here? TWLO. Go back to TWLO. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I think we come back up and retest this 170 today. We'll see. Again, I got the 170 call. It expires tomorrow. You can see here on it. It was up to $5.58. I paid $1.69 for it. So, I'm still up 43% on it, but I was up a couple 200-300% on it. So again, that expires tomorrow. It's the 170. So the theta is gonna burn, but as long as we can stay up at or near 170, she'll be able to make a little profit on that one. On the 200 moving average, I like looking at stocks that where the 200 moving average is above or below it, and there's a gap. It doesn't necessarily have to be a gap, but no substantial resistance or support, depending if you're looking for the upside or the downside, in order to capture that and let the stock move towards that target. Well, people will eventually find out. Like I said, that earnings call was the last video I did was last week. I guess it's been a week ago now. I haven't done any since then. But I had a lot of views. We had a lot of people in there discussing it, and I think that went really well. But I don't know. I'm doing my thing, man. I know what I do. Appreciate you coming over, man. And whoever else is watching, thanks a lot. So on the left-hand side of the screen here in my trade idea scanner, there's a link down in the description. Those are the where I find all my stocks that are moving throughout the day. I get day trades. I find swing trade ideas. It also has crypto, has 3 AIs. You can auto trade with it. So there's a lot of great features built in there. So check that out if you want to take a look at the stock scanners linked in the description. All right, FTNT, that's a cybersecurity company. They report. Oh no, it looks like somebody, and they got a buy rating. So somebody took a stake in the company and they received an upgrade this morning to 135. Wow, and the stock was at 111 last night, 110. So we're almost at 135 now. The stock's at 132. Let's see. FTNT. Let's take a look at that one. FTNT. We have any resistance here? Yeah, I got rid of that NTEC. Yeah, those W puts they burned me too, but I'm just riding it. I mean, it's worth $1 now. I'm not even don't even want to sell it at $1 or whatever, just letting it go. But I picked up some more today. I mean, this thing is just way overextended. We're talking about W. I just think it's way overextended, in my opinion. So, I mean, where are we at here? And this W has run from $20, $25, all the way up to 180 here in a month and a half. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was all-time highs. Yep. We just ran to all-time highs right up here at 180, 182, whatever. So, I think we're due for a pullback here shortly. I totally misread this one. I wish I'd got in on the bottom here. I traded it in and out, and then kind of right here when we got up above 100, and then put in that consolidation. I was looking for more to the downside, but right here, actually, yesterday we had a couple days ago we had this cross of the 20 moving average crossed over the 200, so that's definitely bullish. And this thing could run higher, just because the stock's overbought or in high RSI territory doesn't mean it can't go higher. Typically over 70 RSI or below 30, it's overbought or oversold, depending respectively. But overbought stocks can go higher and oversold stocks can go lower. We look at the airlines, the cruise lines, etc. Doesn't mean so anyway, I took some puts on it. FTNT, my mind's going 100 miles an hour. It's got so many stocks and things I'm looking at. FTNT, someone took a stake in the company, cybersecurity, and they got an upgrade to 135. Stock's at 132. Let's look at and see if this is all-time highs or where we stand here. Very well could be. Yep. So we're at all-time highs here on FTNT. And this is going back to 2008. So they just got an upgrade to 135. Let's take a look at the options on it. Oh, FTNT had a buyout. Is that what you're saying, Vinny? FTNT had a buyout? I don't remember that if they did. What are you talking about, the buyout? They had a buyout. I didn't hear anything about that. They had earnings last night and they got the upgrade outlook beat. I mean, I don't see anything about a buyout. That I remember. I know there was a couple mergers in the space a while back. I don't see nothing about a buyout. No, I didn't say a buyout. I guess that's what they had a stake. This company here, CIBC Asset Management, took a stake in the company. They had earnings last night, and this CIBC boosted its stake in Fortinet, and now they own 22,000 shares, valued at $2.2 million. So they just added 7,100 shares during this last first quarter to their position. So, and the stock got an upgrade to 135. Capiche? All right. We're going all the way to the moon. We'll make $10 million by tomorrow. Or let me buy my 5 shares here. So right now I'm just looking at my scanners here on the left hand side, seeing what's moving. I was trading a lot this morning. Their CRM still going. That's when we got the 180 calls on. So I'm just looking around. I'm not one to keep talking nonstop when just for the sake of talking when there's nothing valuable to say. But I have plenty to say. I'm just trying to look at stocks and figure out which ones I want to take a look at here. Take a look at what I have going on. Got a lot of positions. I picked up this work call earlier. This was early this morning, maybe 28 minutes ago. So this is the work 32.5 call for next week, or excuse me, next week. Tomorrow's the 8th, yeah. So it's a week out. Paid $50 for it, and it's working out pretty good. You can go take a look at it if you want. I like the setup on this. Is another pattern I love. So you look right here on this. Yeah, man. Set it up for US. I like this. I mean, this is like it's a quadruple top, but a lot of times after this just keeps touching so many times, you never know exactly when. So this is if you want to start back here, that's when it gapped down. So the first retest would have been right here in early March. Then we had the whole market drop. We come back and test. That's the second test. Drop, pop back up. Third test a couple weeks ago. Now we're coming up for the fourth test. So once this breaks over here, I'm looking for a move to the upside. So that's why I took a call that was a couple dollars out of the money and give myself a week. So we'll see what happens here, looking for a 32 target and against the 32.5 calls. 32.5. Yeah, 32.50. So that's what I got. And the Roku 150 call. That's right, I already had that one. Check on Roku here. Let's see how we're doing. FTNT just continuing. I tell you what, though, Roku is holding up. Square, PayPal doing great today. Let's see where Shopify's at. Hang on, this Square might. I'm gonna take a 80 call on Square right now. Take an 80 call on Square. It's for next week, Benny, the 15th on work. So I'm gonna take an 80 call on Square for tomorrow. So this expires tomorrow. Be careful if you're trading this. The theta will decay quickly, but I believe we can get to 80 here, maybe even today. So we'll see here. Go pop back up. Come on. All right, and see now it's done moved up $3 while I'm talking. 43. I'm just getting one. Nothing too crazy because it expires tomorrow. And I'm filled. I'm in at 43. So I bought a Square May 8th expiring tomorrow. $80 call. Man, you got a better feel than I was talking. And see, that's why, as far as trading, like I was talking and trying to walk people through it, what I was doing, and then, missed out. So there went $4. Oh, well. Yeah, but you see here the reason of course, we're up. This Square's up because of the PayPal earnings. Look at PayPal last night, right? $120, and now we hit a high of 147. So Visa is up today as well. Square, MasterCard, all the payment stocks. Look at MasterCard's up $10. Jeez. There goes our FTNT, and I was saying the 135 calls, and I didn't take them. I'm going to take them now, or did I? Did we get in the FTNT calls? I mean, look, I didn't remember if I got in or not. I think we pulled up and talked about it, but I didn't get in. Yeah, Roku's after hours, so we're definitely looking at. I'm looking at those as well. Expiring next week. See, they're 233. So, I mean, that's basically the room from where the stock's at 132.86 to the 135. But then it doesn't have like $2 or $1 increments. So the next strike is 140, and that'd be, I don't know, that'd be kind of a stretch because this thing will, I mean, after this huge move, you probably get a 2, maybe a 3-day run. I mean, 140 wouldn't be bad, but you know what? It might be worth it. I just 900. I'm gonna take one of the May 15th FTNT 140 calls. I thought I did. I thought I grabbed it too, but I didn't. So there we go. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Got any other questions? Let me know. We're just going over some earnings plays. We're trading hot stocks. What's moving? What's shaking and baking, baby. Trading some options, trading stocks. Talking about some upcoming earnings this evening. Let's pull that up here. Again, Roku's the big one I'm looking at. My exit strategy for Square. Well, it expires tomorrow. If it pulls back 50%, if the option price pulls back 50%, I'm getting out. If it tomorrow, I'm letting it ride to tomorrow because I want to give it a little more time. So I'm going to sell it tomorrow morning. No, Eden, options expire on the expiration date. They expire at the close. So at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, at the close of the market, the option will expire. Yes, but I'm going to sell it before then. I'm going to sell it probably tomorrow at the open, yes. But no, it doesn't expire at the open. Look at this FTNT still going. Jeez. It wants that 135 price target they put on it. And hardly anybody's even talking about it. A few people, but not many people were even talking about it this morning. Yo, the comedy club straight balling. That's great, man. I love it. Yeah, man. We're going to $1 million. Just made 14 cents. So I'm gonna take a little break here and check out and see what you guys are doing, man. Go check on the raccoons in the backyard and the ferrets and everybody else. Thanks for coming over, man. Hey, you know I'm not like the best. Hey, you hang around me, man. Everybody wants to hang around me when we go out or whatever, but as far as doing this and trying to concentrate on my stocks and do analysis and talk and try to trade through, I'm not just trading here 5 shares or 2 shares, man. So, and you try to help someone out. Okay, a little funny comments here and there, but hey, anyway, look at our work now, Vinny. Yeah, they come to snub the rooster. Oh man. Well, now I'm starting a comedy channel over here. Now we're trying to get some business done, man. Oh, you didn't? No, sorry, man. I thought you grabbed it. Anyways, check it out. Work. I paid 50 for it, and it's at 53. So nothing yet. All right, we were going to take a look at. I'm going to look at a couple. This FTNT continuing to go up. Maybe I should have grabbed the 135s. Roku giving up some gains. Let's check Netflix. I got 450 calls on that. Chopping around. All right, so Netflix. I've had the 450 calls. I don't know. I grabbed them last week or Monday. I sold one yesterday. So if Roku does well tonight, Netflix is going to be a nice sympathy play. And I'm thinking Roku's going to do well. Everybody's been cooped up for 3 months. One of my buddies actually just bought a Roku. He's never even had one. He bought one. He doesn't have cable, so he's been on that Roku all the time with his internet. So yeah, I'm thinking their sales are going to be pretty good. Again, who knows? They could suck and the stock drops 30 points. Work was 515, the 32.5. Yes. Yep. Yep. All right, what else are we looking at here? MGNX, remember that big runner from yesterday? Everybody was trading. Made some people a lot of money, and I'm sure a lot of people that bought up there at 27.50 probably hurting right now unless they were short. This thing is actually holding up. I'm surprised. This one ran from 750 all the way up to 27.50 yesterday, like 300 and some percent. I have puts on this, the $10 and the 5.5 puts, or the $10 and the 7.5. Just looking through some other positions here. The TWLO Mealy. I've only traded options on this one time. However, I do have shares of Mealy, and I'm in from 475. They reported earnings night before last, and this thing went all the way up to 780, and we're sitting here at 746. So I'm just letting my shares ride on that. Let's check TWLO. Holding up. Holding up good. Oh, Vizzy. I didn't even see that one this morning, really. Oh, nice, man. You got some of that? It's actually looking pretty decent here for if you weren't in. I'm not saying to get in, you know, you trade your own, do your own diligence, all that good stuff. But we're sitting right here at the VWAP. So if that decides to hold, could be interesting, but it's too choppy. You see these long wicks, and if you got in early, that's awesome, and you know, made some profit. I just don't like on these smaller price stocks when they have these big wicks and they move up and down. So you buy 220, then it goes down to 190. So, you know, it messes up your risk management if you're trying to size up into that. But looking pretty decent here. Good job, man. This is one we talked about a little bit earlier for those of you just now coming in. It's dropped all the way down here. Oh, was that the offering? Okay. That's why the drop. People just picked it right up. Okay. Huh, interesting. All right. A lot of the cybersecurity companies are popping in. We got Net, FireEye, FTNT, PanW. There's our FTNT approaching 134. PanW, which is Palo Alto Networks. Hack, if you like trade the ETFs, if you want to manage, have a cybersecurity in your portfolio, Hack's a good ETF. It's a collection of the top cybersecurity names. Of course, that's up as well. A nice recovery here on that. Hack 30. We're up here to 40, cross to 200. Next stop will be 42.50. The green dotted lines. Oh, so let's pull up Facebook. I'll just show you. See, the green dotted lines is I used it for my previous close of the stock when I'm looking at pivot points throughout the day. But sometimes I interchange it. That's just, you can see here in this drop down menu, like horizontal line and previous close horizontal line. I put those on there myself. So, but a lot of times I like, here's a regular horizontal line, right? So to me, when I created that green line, I use the green line a lot more. I wanted to have it to distinguish between like where a level is on an intraday chart and where the previous close was, but I've been kind of mixing them up. So that's all that is if you see them on any of my charts. But if let's while we're looking at it. So where did Facebook close at? Facebook closed at 208.46. And we're sitting here holding at 209. Space is another one we talked about earlier. I just got another alert about Space. It's going up again. So in other words, if Facebook, just using this as a simple analogy, if Facebook holds 208.45, 208.50 today, that is definitely bullish going forward into tomorrow. You know, I'm just talking short-term intraday here, not, 6 months from now. And you can see the consolidation going on right here since the 10 o'clock hour, which is, Vinny, you've been reading that book. You should be like almost done with it now. I don't know how much time you've had, but you see that consolidation. Usually that kind of starts around lunchtime, but started a little bit early here on Facebook. We had this pop drop down, so everything's pointing downward, and that's what later on today you want to watch. If this 209 area breaks, that you could get a flush back to yesterday's close down to 208.50. So you would want to watch that for a potential short. And of course, Facebook mostly trades with the market. Is that makes sense? Yeah, those green dotted lines is just, I can change the color on it, make it purple, whatever. That's just kind of what I use. Yeah, I hear you, man. A lot of info. It is a lot to go through, man. But I mean, how are you liking it? Like what I was talking about. I mean, is it pretty like, I guess what's the word? I mean, well written, but I think it lays out in easy to understand terms for newer traders. And again, I was just reading a couple chapters the other night on a couple things that I wanted to brush up on. And yeah, I always refer back to it. Like I said, it's my trading Bible. I mean, I have dozens of trading books. So, you can watch videos and all that stuff. And, people say, well, you learn by doing. That is true. But you don't just, I can teach someone to mow the yard, a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old to mow the yard in, 5 minutes. You're not going to learn the stock market in 5 minutes. So you don't want to jump in and lose your hard-earned money without knowing what you're doing, right? A surgeon doesn't just go to school for one semester and then, okay, I'm a surgeon, I'm doing brain surgery and open heart surgery. No, they have to go to school for 12 years and then do another 3 or 4 years of residency and then something else. And, it's 15 years before, they get to start operating. So if you're good and you put the time in, it's not going to take you 15 years to learn the market. But if anybody tells you that they know everything about the stock market, they're lying to you, because the stock market's ever evolving. It's a learning process every day. There's always something new that you didn't know, or what you thought you knew that it was going to do this, and then it turns around and does the opposite. So far, guys, our FTNT and work are both doing well. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. The effort of giving it life. Look down the bottom chart here and work. Remember what I was talking about? Watch this 30 break. I mean, this is the fourth, fifth time here. 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth time. So if we can get over this, that's definitely blue skies ahead. All right, let's look at some earnings tonight. Again, we got ROKU, BYND. That's another one. Hold on a second. Let me look at BYND. We're ready. Okay, we're ready at the 200 on BYND, but we're in a gap. This is kind of a unique situation here. It happens. So, all right, here's BYND, the daily chart. The stock is currently sitting at 211.27, right? But right above it, the red line right here is 200 moving average, and that's at 212.57. So what I'll be looking for here is a test of the 212.57 area. Again, it might go above it, it might go below it, but right around that area. And then if it fades back, that's typical. But if it keeps fading back, then that's bearish going into tomorrow. If this breaks and closes above this 200, then there's a whole gap here, right? To the bottom of that candle to 230. Hold on, let me do it again. Come on now. All right. And I'll take one of these ones here. So that would take us right up to 230 area. Whatever below that is 231, right? Anyway, don't have to be exact, but right there. So now, do you want to go and take calls on it or buy the stock here? I don't know. This is the first test since it broke down from the when the whole market dropped. I mean, look at this thing's up at 250. We're all the way to 125 bucks, and now we're back to 211. So right here was the test, right above 203. So today's the first break. We did break it, right? We tried yesterday, couldn't. We did break today. But we have the 200 just overhead. So I'd be inclined to wait a day to see what happens at the close and see if we can continue to hold this 203 tomorrow. And by like midday tomorrow, if we are, I'd be looking at some upside calls, probably at least a month out to give yourself some time. This thing can put in a pretty big range, but it also can, go down a pretty big range. $10 on this stock's not a big deal, and we've already moved $10 today. Yeah, that's what I was saying, straight balling. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I think so too, and of course that's going to do well for Netflix as well. The 18th. Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, it's at this point, wear your mask, wash your hands, but let's get back to business. I mean, we're gonna go into absolute chaos and war here if they don't get the stuff back opened up soon. And remember, they had something similar to this, the Great Flu Pandemic of 1918. So they lived, the people that did live, they made it through and continued to move on, and the country prospered. So there's no reason to think, we can't do the same. Anyway, I don't want to get into that too much, but I feel bad for you people in Chicago, man. We will survive. We can get by. Where's the, I remember I got that copyright strike last time, but we can just sing in your head or play on your end, Eye of the Tiger, and Rocky running up the steps, man. All right, let's get into these earnings for this evening. STMP, these are ROKU, Uber, TTD, Trade Desk, Dropbox. I haven't liked any of their earnings reports. I think they get acquired or maybe go private. DBX. OLED, that's the screen manufacturer for iPhones and other devices, but they make glass screens. Net, cybersecurity. Booking, yeah, they've had a little pop here, but that's the online travel site, booking.com, book airlines, hotels, etc. Excursions, well, nobody's traveling, obviously nobody's flying. I don't expect anything good out of them. Their options are expensive, and of course with the implied volatility being high and the reporting earnings, they're going to be even more expensive. STMP, stamps.com. I can't believe they've come all the way back. I want to pull them up. Look at this. So I'm going to pull up a daily chart so you guys can see. All right. Let's go back a few years. All right. So let's go back to 2018. Stock was at 285. Kind of sells off, gets a little pop. February last year, 2019, not February this year, last year, the stock was at 201, and the thing dropped to $77, and eventually down to 40. What happened? They had a contract with the post office. Now, this is where you can print out your own stamps at home and mail your packages if you sell online. So they lost a contract with the post office, right? And so everybody, that's basically most of their business, and everybody thought they were done. And they modified a contract. I don't know, maybe they did another one with them. Not exactly sure. I'd have to go back and read. But whatever. So they've come all the way back from 40, back up to this 200 level where it dropped from. It's funny how these work out. And if you look at this chart right here, right, STMP, And we talked about it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But this chart is very, very similar and about the same length of time. Okay, this one it took about 2 years. Chipotle, CMG, which is the thumbnail on this video you're watching, when they were at 700 and dropped all the way down because of the E. coli scare. Or was it 20? Actually, was that 2015? This is the daily. Anyway, they had that thing dropped all the way to 200 from 700, and then now we just tapped up 1,000. This is another one I'm in. I got back in on the bounce here on the market, but I got in at like 800. So anyway, still holding that one. But I just want to tell you, the similarities of the two charts, and 90% of gaps do end up getting filled. It does take some time, but you don't want to be sitting there and not letting your money be stagnant. You want it to work for you. Getting this con popping. Yep. I sold my CGC today. I had that. Oh, what's going on with Tilray here? Man, you're kidding me. I sold my CGC today. I had that. Man, anyway, my average was up at like 17.10, I think it was. I bought it the other day, and I sold it this morning pre-market. So what's going on? Any news on why the pot stocks are moving? Check Cron. Cron's popping. What's that other one? AHPI? Isn't that another weed stock? Or no, APHI. I don't know. So, not sure what's going on. Somebody sees any news on that, let me know. You get a little bounce there. I mean, obviously this one, you got room here up to 10 on Tilray. They've been all over the place here lately. I'm not trading it right now. Don't look now. FTNT approaching 135, 134.79. SPY's up at highs. Look at that SPY pop right here. UDL. UDL's a good stock to trade. Or, excuse me, ETF. When the market's popping up. Obviously the VIX is selling off. Let's check that FTNT call. See how that's looking. Did you end up taking that, Vinny? Or no? Oh, okay. Hey, to the 3 people watching, I appreciate you. Thanks for the thumbs up I just saw. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, Square's monster, man. Again, 80. I think we get to 80. So, holding that till tomorrow. ROKU selling off a bit. Just looking at stuff here on another screen. Oh, that's the storage group, PSTG. And down here on the bottom, kind of in the middle of these 3 scans here is the penny, one of my penny stock scans. So if you guys are looking for cheaper ones, keep an eye on that. If I'm not looking at it right at that moment and I'm on another screen. So right now, RNWK is moving, it looks like. Oh boy, look at that. Not sure any particular news. Okay. As we discussion, earnings. Well, there's the 129 up there. We crossed $1. Do we have options on RNWK? But again, this one probably will be short-lived. I mean, this thing's been heading down for the last 3 years. I would say at least from 2016 to 2017, it did actually trend up. So, yeah, overall, it's been trending down for a long time. But 3 years, we'll say it's, so whatever Papa says, and I'll say it's not something that's blowing out of the water, it's going to be short-lived. So you can scalp it and make some money, go ahead. If not, just be safe. Fortnite just crossed 135. Fortnite, I'm just joking. I'll say Fortnite, FTNT. Yeah, I was just trying to pull it up here on my other screen, and I don't know why I couldn't get it to pop up there. That's, yeah. Work call's doing well. TWLO coming back. My ROKU 150 for next week's down 12%. That's all right. And let's go pull up Square. I don't know why that didn't go over here. Let's check our Square call out. Come on. See what I mean on this RNWK and then fade right back. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I don't know what's going on with Square right now while we're not pulling up. Anyway, yeah, it's up quite a bit. This is Carvana. This is the place you order your cars online and they deliver to your house. I mean, I don't know who buys a car without test driving it. I thought it was done yesterday. Reported 92, went all the way down to 78. Here we were back up at 96. I know they have been doing well, but then I was like, oh, yesterday, after hours on the earnings. And so now you have room on this up to 100. So let's see what the 100 calls look like for tomorrow on CBNA. I like this gap room. So we're at 96. Got room to 100. All right, let's take a look. Looking at the Carvana calls for tomorrow. The Square call is working. You got in better entry than me, Vinny, so yours is probably a lot better. CBNA, here we go. You killed it, Vinny. You gonna build a trading commune on your property now with the profits? All right, where'd you go? Just looking at something over here. I'm gonna try to get in Carvana. I need to get another computer. This thing just moved up 50 cents here. All right, I'm looking at the, I had to go to my tablet over here. So 100 call for tomorrow is $2 in stock set. And then, of course, you go out another week. Yeah, 5. All right, I'm buying 1 call for tomorrow. $100 call. If I can get filled here, it's not filling. The stock's just continuing to push up. All right. Jeez. All right, I'm not chasing it anymore. As far as the option goes, I'm going to see if I can get filled here at 97. I'm just going to buy the commons. I'm going to go 97.01. We'll see if we can get filled here. Man, I should have been more. I mean, there's so many stocks. You just can't, keep an eye on every single one of them. But the 100 calls on this morning were cheap. Boy, you could have made 300-400% on those. So I'm trying to get filled here on the commons, and this thing's continuing to push up. Now that option's $3. That was just at $1.80, literally like 2 minutes ago. Just continuing push. Look at this. That room up there to 100. I'll take that off so it doesn't look too crowded. Well, I guess it's not filling me at 97.10. Oh man, missing this. This is frustrating when you can't even get in. Oh well, you can't catch them all. What are you gonna do? I mean, again, the stock was just at 95.80. We were talking about getting in. Now it's at 98. Just hit 98.36. I mean, it's got that $100 target on it now. Just a bunch of bananas. Oh man. Nice job on Square, man. You're welcome. That's awesome, brother. That's how we do it, man. I bet you made more than $5, didn't you? Yeah, I'm canceling my buy, obviously. They could come back down and fill me, but I don't want it to fill me on the way back down and then go down another $5. Nice, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm happy, man. I'm happy you're doing great, man. You don't mind if I use that as a testimonial, do you? So good. Well, whoever you learn from, man, and you learn from. I like what Straight Ballin said. Hey, I just came over from the comedy club. I don't know if he's still around or what. So, guys, we were looking at Carvana. Those of you just tuning in, on the left of my screen is my trade ideas stock scanners, where I get all my trade ideas for swing trading, day trading, investing, and crypto as well. I still have Bitcoin. I sold my Ethereum. Let's look over here. I was looking at that Boeing up $8 today. This has been a tough one to trade. It's you don't know what this has been doing day to day with all that's going on. I mean, it'll be up $10, it goes up $50, and it drops $40, and it's just all over the place. I don't know what to think of it.
Attention, an alert target has been
right
reached.
Now we've been in a downtrend here. over the last month. What was that? Alert. Oh, that was Boeing. I'm already on Boeing. I don't need an alert when I'm on it. But thank you. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that, straight bowling. Again, man, other people don't want to listen to me. That's on them, brother. They're missing out. So you know what I say? I don't want to say on here because if you cuss too much on here, YouTube don't like it. So you know what? Screw them. The TND. So I just sold the 90 call on this, and it's at 89.61. I just got an alert that I sold TND, and I've had that one for about a week. Finally paying off there. Watch it go above 90 tomorrow. Let's see. 65. All right, I'll take it. That's all right. I was mad I couldn't get in that CVNA. FTNT 136. Them 140 calls don't look too bad right now. Now, this is another one I have is FLIR. What do? They make those temperature guns, and they have some of them have little screens on them. They do thermal imaging as well. This thing just making a monster run right here, running right up here into the 200, which is at 48.48. So it's trying to test it up there. I'm gonna look at that. Just checking out that FTNT call right now. You can see FLIR over here in my top left, massive volume now. See it lighting up the scan. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Vinny, we'll see you when you get back, man. Yeah, I ain't your boss. You don't have to clock out. You come and go as you please. But thanks for the heads up. Let's look at this FLIR. Up almost 100% on that FTNT 140 call. Look at that. Paid $1 for it. Now it's worth $1.75. 75%. So when do we get that? 39 minutes ago. Bada bing, bada boom, man. Gotta love it. Let's check out FLIR. What's FLIR doing? I like that. Again, this is the same situation here on PAN-W for those of you who've been watching here for the last at least 30 minutes or so. So the 200's right above there. Same thing here, right? Look at PAN-W. We talked about it. There's the gap room with that rectangle. There's a 200, this red line. And again, I know I don't have it full screen, but all right, let me make it full screen. All right. So there's PAN-W. There's the 200 just above. We have to close and hold above that. And then what was the other one we just had up there? FLIR, yeah. So we look at FLIR, same thing. There's a 200, and then you got a gap room above. You can't make this up, man. Like I just love like technical analysis. And the charts tell me everything I need to know. Yes, you have to use fundamentals, and you have to know what the companies do. You got to put everything together. But you know, if you look at the charts, you can decipher the news. You can read chart patterns. You know, it doesn't matter what stock it is. If it's a $500 stock, a 10-cent stock, or a $2,000 stock, you can trade it. $39 minutes till what? I don't know. 39 minutes till 12:40, I guess. FTNT, baby. congrats to those that took that with me. Remember, manage your risk. No one ever went broke taking a profit. I wanted to check on my FLIR. I didn't think, did I sell it? No, I still have it. All right. Now, the thing is I have the $45 cost, so I'm $3.15 in the money on FLIR. My decision, what I have to decide is, am I going to hold it until next week, expires next week? Do I want to give it more time to get above and hold this 200, or do I want to take the profits and run? And I kind of paid a little too much for it when I bought it. So I paid $3.60 for it, and it's worth like $3.90 now. So I'm only up $30 on it. But I am $3 in the money. So that's definitely a good thing there. I'll show you guys. So there it is. There's a FLIR $45 call. It's worth $3.85 now. Paid $3.60 for it. Bid is $3.70 by 4, and it doesn't expire until the 15th, which is next Friday. So that's what and I think they're reporting today. All right, let me double check. I think they're reporting today. FLR. Maybe not. July 22nd. No, when did they report? Huh. Report today? I don't know. They had a buy rating upgrade as well. Anyway, I'm not sure when they're reporting earnings again. They reduced their price target. Reduced it. It said buy rating reiterated. So reiterated and reduced their price target. So, well, price target 45, stocks at 48. So that would make any sense. On Tuesday, that was a month ago. I thought this was, it says May 7th. But then it says a month ago. I don't know. Anyway, again, that's why I look at the chart. You got to take some of these analyst buy ratings, sell ratings with a grain of salt. Sometimes they make the stock move, sometimes they don't. They're not always right. I'm not always right. They're just going for analysis. But just because some company got an upgrade and moved the price target up doesn't mean the stock's going to go up. But again, sometimes it does. That's why the FTNT, look at what happened with that today. 135 price target, stock moved right to 135. Well, if you don't want to get assigned, in other words, if you don't want to exercise your option, you just sell it before the expiration. I mean, that's a simple answer. So if you, like on the FLIR, I'm $3 in the money, right? So if FLIR's above $45 and I let the call option expire, then I have the option to be assigned the 100 shares. I read about 100 shares at $45, which let's say the stock's at $55. When the option expires, then I can buy stock at $45 and the stock's at $55. But again, most people don't exercise the option. Some people do, but most people just sell the option, take the premium, and move on to the next one. Does that make sense? So yeah, like on the FLIR, it doesn't expire till next Friday anyway, the 15th, right? See, the 15th, which is tomorrow's the 8th, so this is next Friday. So I'm not worried about that right now. But yeah, you just sell it. If you don't want to get a sign, you just sell it. Yeah, so you buy to open a call, and then you sell to close the call. Mm-hmm. Same with puts. If you buy to open the put, and you sell to close the put. I mean, and then there's there's iron condors, calendar spreads, debit spreads, call spreads, butterfly spreads. I mean, there's all kind of different option strategies. So you get into the complicated ones, then you got to do things differently. But just a simple call and a simple put, then yeah, that's how you do it. Let's look at Wix. They're that website building company. And then Shopify. Oh, they actually pulled in. I mean, this thing's been a beast since the lows of the market. I mean, this stock was down here to 300, 310, and then just hit $740 yesterday. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to get into the earnings here. We're getting halfway through them, and then we'll look at a bunch of different ones. All right, so TCD, we were OLED. That's the iPhone glass manufacturer. Net, cybersecurity, booking. We talked about that. Stamps. Talked about that. GoPro. I mean, look at the little chart here they got. That's why I love earnings Westerners, because you can see the chart and the ones that are reporting. There's more companies reporting than this, but these are the most. And again, there's a lot more than what's on the chart and up here. So you can see the charts. He's got 12 companies up here, and obviously there's more than 12 companies reporting, and there's more than what he's even showing up there. These are just the most watched ones. And again, you can go and look, Yahoo, you can go NASDAQ or, any site and see or their site if you want and see what's reporting before the market opens and after hours. Callaway Golf, Appian, that's another cyber play. TripAdvisor, not looking good. Same with Booking. GoPro, they've been in the toilet unless they report something crazy. First Solar Energy with gas so cheap. I don't know. The setup looks good over 50. Yelp, I can't believe they're still around. Does anybody here use Yelp? I've been on their site like maybe 3 or 4 times back in the day, but I never use it. It's not. Got to check that out before I go anywhere to see what somebody said that had a bad experience and give them a bad review, and then the next person said, "Oh, it was great," and 5 stars. I mean, go there and check it out for yourself. I'm not gonna not go to a place just because someone said it was bad. I mean, unless every single review is bad. Like, but when it's mixed, like, hey, you go check it out. I don't know. I just don't see how they're kind of sticking around in business, but they're selling advertising and the businesses pay to be on there or whatever. But then, like, if they don't like you, they can actually attack your business and drive it down. You'll see a decrease in revenue because of that. So a lot of people get on there and give you a lot of bad reviews. I don't know. I don't care much for it. I don't hardly ever trade the stock just because it doesn't move enough for me. But it's holding up. Yeti, I thought they were reporting today. Oh, they reported this morning. Yeti coolers. They do make some nice coolers. Stock's too choppy. Fleer holding up. Fleer approaching 49. I'm gonna tracks. Yes, Fleer is pretty interesting. Finally came around. I knew it was going to have its day. It's just a matter of having the patience and staying ready for it. NDX. This one's got the look here too. Save the airlines. The big drop yesterday and then hit 950 and back up. Nobody's flying airlines. It's going to be a while before they get back into business and, back at full capacity. I mean, they're flying right now. You can basically take a flight for dirt cheap, and it's just you, the only person on an airplane, or you and 5 other people. You can sit wherever you want. I like that. But I think when, people are going to be flying again, they might wear their mask on the plane. The planes are probably going to install some sort of advanced filtration system in addition to what they have, so people don't get sick or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get into the virus statistics or whatever, but it's just time I'm ready to get back to work, meaning the country to get back to work. Everybody get back to doing their business, doing what they do, making money and providing for their families. And, the government's telling you to stay home and give you $1,200. Well, $1,200 don't cut it. I don't know, buy some food. Yeah, but not going to pay your rent, your car payment, electricity, all that stuff. So have you guys got your stimulus checks? Check Beyond Meat. Beyond. I like that coming back around. ROKU. I can't wait for ROKU tonight. Let's look at some for tomorrow too. Uber's tonight as well. Coming up to the 200, 31.84. BYND. Look at all the call options here. This is my option scanner on FLIR. I was talking. Look at the call volume. 8,000 contracts. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Yeah. 8,000 contracts. 9,000, total contracts were 9,000. That's not 9,000 exactly, but 9,000, just say for number's sake. 8,000 of the 9,000 were calls. So what's that tell you? Everybody thinks it's going much higher. I love it. TNT 137. Yeah, then we pulled back, of course, but yeah, mark that out. 137. I love it. I mean, it's up $23 already. Excuse me. Just checking around here, see what else is popping. VTIQ. Oh, that's the warrants. So something's going on there. Owens may acquire the electric car company. Look at some calls on that. mRNA 58. I bought that. Carolina Square. Let's look and see what else we have. DKNG, that's the DraftKings. They went public with that SPAC the other day or last week or two. Ready for live sports. Not many people doing much betting right now. There's no sports to bet on. Nobody's playing. But this is one I'm in for the long haul, and I have call options on. I just sold one today on the 30 calls, DKNG. Keep an eye on that one. WPM, that's another gold play. Wheat and precious metals. They deal in gold and silver. I think this continues to go much higher again with the uncertainty of what's going on. Just gold in general. Also, GLD, the gold ETF. That's up another $1.84 today. Look at something. Fleer's holding up. There's something else I wanted to look at for tomorrow. That's what I wanted to look at. Come on. All right, here we go. I'm just looking at stuff reported tomorrow. Crohn's reporting tomorrow. Bloomin' Brands. You guys know them. You ever ate a bloomin' onion, mate? Well, then you've ate it. Then you know BLM, then Outback Steakhouse. I know where you were, Vincent, when you say that. I mean, it's pulling in a little bit. Yeah, 76 to 75. I mean, that's the thing on options, especially with it expiring tomorrow, the square. Yes, it is going to, it can go down big on just a slow pullback in the stock. But, again, I'm okay with it. So I'm just looking at earnings for us. So we got Bloomin' Brands, Road, X-Ray. This company's in the dental business. Supply a lot of dentist offices. I don't think a lot of dentist offices have been open with all this going on. I haven't been a dentist since last fall or whatever. So, but I don't think they've been doing much. But you see this nice little trend here with it. But that's just an uptrend with the market. And this was $60 stock, went down to 32. They'll come back. It's just going to take a little bit of time. They report tomorrow. Ruth. I think Ruth Steakhouse. Or no, that's something. I don't know if it has to do with Ruth Steakhouse or what. I think, but I'm not sure. Who else reporting tomorrow? And you can go over here and look. We can look through it together. Just showing you. If you're losing, you're learning. Well, you can also learn and win too. But yeah, you can learn what not to do next time. These are ones for tomorrow morning before they open. Wow, I don't think they're doing much here. Let's see. Yeah, actually, if anything, just from a technical standpoint, I think it goes lower. But, it's earnings, so that, earnings don't pay attention to technicals. I'm just saying. Yeah, don't overdo it or you'll lock your account out. You'll have to wait 90 days. So don't do that, man. It's, hotel. That's not going to be looking good. Look at any big ones. Twinkies, Hostess Brands, TWNK. I remember when their stock went crazy. I was like, what is this? I'm like, Twinkies. I often play SPY. Frequently. They're some of the most liquid options and the ETF out there. So frequently, yeah. It's been like I said, been tough with the market trying to gauge as far as options goes. So I just been doing the near term strike. I had the Monday or Tuesday. I bought the stock dropped. The ETF dropped to 286 or something. When was it? It was this week. Well, they asked me. I said, all right. Yep, it was Tuesday, right before the close. You can see right here, we had a big sell-off the last hour or so of the day. Stock dropped to 286. I bought the 289 calls for Wednesday. This was Tuesday. So they were expiring the next day. I sold them for 90% profit the next morning that opened. There were 289 calls. The stock, the ETF went as high as 288.50 the next morning. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Here's Starbucks making around. Let's go back to our earnings we were looking at. Redwood Trust, Spider Drill. I don't see any earnings that I'm interested in for tomorrow. I mean, I'm sure some of these AXSM could be interesting, but none that I want to take any options on at the moment. This is crazy. TWLO, it's up $44 today. Obviously, it was up $48 when it hit 170. So we got our TWLO calls, we got our FTNT calls, the Square calls, got the ROKUs. We tried to pick up that Carvana. I didn't want to chase it. Of course, we had the pop and the little pullback. Again, I would have been filled now, but I didn't want to be filled on the way back down. But yeah, that's thing. Now maybe I could go back in and get filled on a Carvana call for tomorrow and get it at a lot cheaper price. Let's look. This Fleer call is playing games with me. It's back to my entry price. I also grabbed, this was earlier, let's see, mRNA. They're, developing a vaccine. And what was it? Did I grab that this morning? I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I bought it this morning. And, but I put it in last night after the close because I was doing my after hours analysis. Stock was at 48. And I put an order in for the 58 calls expiring tomorrow. Stock hit 58.68 pre-market. Opened up $56 and then dropped all the way to 51. But I got it dirt cheap, so I only paid $25 for it. But it went as high as $1. So I'm going to hold for a possible rebound tomorrow. Oh, yeah, work. Yeah, we got that too. Work. Oh, it's off to work I go. Oh, back to 6. Yeah. So we're pulling back a little bit. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys coming by and stopping in here. And give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe and check out my video on my channel for new content coming down the road. Just throwing that out there real quick. I might, there's only 5 of us here. Might take a break, but it might be like 20 minutes or so. Or you guys, again, just click that bell notification so you know when we go live. I may just stop this stream and then come back a little bit later this afternoon and start it back up. What do you guys want to do? You want to hang out here? Because I don't want other people coming in that aren't in the room now, and then nobody's talking or nothing like that. What? Really? The deaths in the coronavirus? That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's the same thing with like the old Simpsons episode from, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, 20 years ago, I don't know. And when they predicted Donald Trump be president, they showed him coming down the escalator. Yeah, sure. Yeah, send me the link. That's cool. So, yeah, I'll probably just end the stream, and then I'll come back later on here this afternoon and get back to it. I'm just ready to go stretch my legs. It's 12:30 and lunchtime. I need to go take a little break and get out off the screens a little bit. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out, man. That is crazy. That's nuts, man. Thanks, Vinny. Yeah, I mean, this COVID-19 or whatever is a strain of the coronavirus. I mean, the coronavirus has been around for a while. If you look at old cans of Lysol, of course, they still have on the cans now that they make, but you go back 20 years, 30 years, they have on the cans that kills the coronavirus. So, I mean, this virus has been around for a while. This is just a different strain of it. But I mean, suppose it came from somebody who ate a bat or something, and I don't know, and gave it to someone else, and then here we are. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, man, thanks, Eden. Come back by again. I'm gonna take a little break, and yeah, I'll come back, pop back on for Power Hour probably, maybe even before that. Just gonna take a little break. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure you click that bell notification so you know when I go live next time. Watch TVIX here. Boy, the market is just ripping here. So that's fading off. So you want to just do a quick look here on that. Nice. All right. I'll see you guys later on then. Thank you. Cool, man. Appreciate it, man.